Yeah, anyway, in church they were talking about generational wealth. This is a great topic. There's lots of people very quiet. So when it's very quiet, typically is because it's hitting some nerves. Yeah, it's hitting some nerves. I'm thinking there's probably some people in there that don't have at least a will. They probably don't have a trust, because the will is within the trust. So it's super important. When my spouse died, I had a will only. I have a will and a trust now, but at that time I had only the will. We both had wills, and I'm the one that really pushed for it. And what happened, because I didn't have a trust and I had young children, the will was sent to probate. But the probate laws in Georgia are pretty good. It's nothing like California. They take longer. But anyway, since I had young children, they had to appoint a guardian, guardian ad litem, just to make sure that the will was for the best interest of the children. I mean, it didn't even take that long, but I had to literally go down to the courthouse and drop off the will, and it was interesting. There were people in there yelling and arguing, because obviously it was families fighting over stuff. Something very interesting. We had gotten the house that we're in now, and the mortgage, we hadn't even switched it over so my name was on it, okay? Which I didn't necessarily want my name on it, but my name's on it now. I won't even get into all that stuff as to why. I didn't necessarily want to move into this house, and okay, let me just. So with that said, I didn't necessarily want to get this house when we got it. My husband basically got the house, and I moved in. It was, yeah, he decided that he was going to go and buy a house. So, and I didn't think that we were necessarily ready, because we had had some other experiences, and it was real complicated. It was a mortgage that wasn't necessarily a good rate, and to be honest, I didn't really want to get the mortgage in my name because of the interest rate. Now, right now, I have a very good interest rate. My interest rate is like 3%. So, and I did a 15. Life was life, and it was a lot after my husband passed away. So look, I had to get the mortgage name changed to the estate of, and it was my husband's name. Okay? And then I had to get the will, because it wasn't in a trust. I had to go take it into probate. Now, this wasn't really bad, because Georgia isn't bad compared to like California or New York. What I'm saying is, if the probate wasn't so easy out here, that mortgage being in my late husband's name would have definitely been a problem. There are some other things too, like he had maybe like a Roth or something that was in his name, and I didn't realize it until I was going through some things, and I saw a deposit receipt, and he had some kind of Roth in his name. I had a dream, and someone, I don't know if it was an angel or somebody, they said that to go back through everything and check the pockets, because I was about to go drop everything at Goodwill. So I decided to go through the pockets one more time because I'd already gone through them, and that's when I found out. It's really weird when you lose a spouse in your 40s. So much stuff happened, and I just know that divine intervention was keeping me covered. Make sure you get those wills and trusts, everyone. You can do it through your job. A lot of times jobs will at least offer a free will. I have a standing relationship with family attorneys, plural. So that's the route I took, because when I got the trust, you can put assets into the trust. You could put property into the trust. You can put businesses into the trust. You can put whatever into the trust. So that's what I did. And yeah, but my parents are very different. Instead of it being a split between their kids, it's like split between, and my dad brought it up, it's split between children, grandchildren, great grandchildren. So each time, like I have kids, my sibling has children. So each time one of our children has a child, that person is going to get added to the will. So essentially, the pie piece for everyone, for the kids, gets smaller each time someone has a child. So now recently, grandchildren started having children. So then the great grandchildren are now sharing in the inheritance. So someone's going to have another child eventually, and it's probably going to end up somewhere between everybody getting 8 to 11%, because I already know my nephew. I have a nephew in California. They're going to probably be having at least 2 or 3 more, I would imagine. I'm pretty sure my son will probably have a couple more, at least one more, a couple more. My daughter, she's not really interested in having children. My mom always says she could change her mind, but yeah, that's how my parents decided to do it. Now, how do I feel about that? It's not my money anyway. Me and my kids went through so much stuff that's why am doing it's a 50-50 split. We just went through too much together after my spouse passed away. It's just the truth. Went through too much. So if anything, for children, great grandchildren, and I'm just saying alleged, maybe I'm not saying anything what I would do for them, because yeah, that would be potentially legally binding, right? So I'm going to say currently it's 50-50 split between my kids, period. Whatever else happens, I'm not going to say anything what else I would do for grandchildren or great grandchildren, because for now it's 50-50 even split between the kids. hmm Oh, well, what if you were to remarry, Danielle? Whatever I have is a 50-50 even split between my kids. Now, if I were to marry, whoever I were to marry would be eligible to get my Social Security, okay? Unless their Social Security would be more or something like that, they can get that. But yeah, I mean, pretty much everything's a even 50-50 split between the kids. Um, yeah, what can I say? So I would imagine if there were to be a remarriage, I would think that it would have to be somebody that probably had children and felt the same way about their children as I felt about mine. Let me get in this house and excuse all the coughing. I don't say the S word.